Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for April 5th, 2026. We have full random kingdom and it is Sunday, so we should have campaign features, but it looks like all we have is 2 traits. I don't see anything else. I also don't know that having 2 traits is actually... like, last week we had 2 traits on the same card, and that's definitely non-standard. But just having 2 traits at all, I don't think that is even non-standard. I think we just don't have campaign features here, surprisingly. Well, in any case, we've got Rats, Remake, Crucible, Apprentice, Rice Broker, and Forge for trashing. There is some trashing on this board. There surely is. For draw, Rabble, Silk Merchant, and Apprentice and Rice Broker trashing, like Rats would be the obvious one. Both of them, potentially other stuff as well, but yeah, both of those can do that sort of thing slightly different ways. Plus actions. The only plus actions is really, so like you can, well, you get the Necropolis to start with. You can get Silk Merchants, and that will give you a villager, though it's the Silk Merchant itself is terminal, and then you can trash the Silk Merchant with Apprentice or Rice Broker and get another villager, and that's the part where you're really effectively getting plus actions. And then for gains, Fishmonger gives plus buy. That's about it. I mean, Forge and Remake can both provide... well, and Silk Merchant gives plus buy. Yeah, okay. Forge and Remake can give you, like, of a turn, can give you more, like allow you to score an additional time or 2, but they don't like add net cards to your deck. So, I think the plan here is some combination of Apprentice and Rice Broker trashing some combination of Rats and Silk Merchant. And that's most of what you're doing. Riverboat card is Giant, which does not seem good or worth spending terminal space on to play Riverboat. Excuse me. Honestly, I think the terminal of choice is probably going to be Fishmonger, though that'll be a little bit awkward potentially, depending on the not that it's any more awkward necessarily than whatever other a terminal would be, like a equivalent terminal would be, but Fishmonger is essentially not a stop card because you can play it from your deck. But here, if you're trying to get you want to do your draw stuff with your Apprentice and Rice Broker first, depending on the composition and state of your deck, it might be difficult to do all of that before playing the Fishmonger, and thus before... or sorry, other way around. It might be difficult to play the Fishmonger before you finish doing all of that, and if you have a discard pile, you might end up drawing the Fishmonger. So that could be a little bit awkward, but probably not too bad. Anyway, opening Fishmonger seems pretty reasonable. All the trashing stuff costs at least 4, so regardless of whatever else we're doing with it, we're not going to open with 2 trashers. So yeah, opening Fishmonger I think makes sense. And then Could just get a silk merchant. Well, I guess we can go ahead and take the fishmonger. So yeah, we could get a silk merchant and just plan to go straight for like the apprentice rice broker stuff. Rice broker can deal with coppers well enough, so we don't necessarily need like remake or rats to deal with that. Rice broker is also slightly better than apprentice if it's trashing silk merchant or rats. Right, Rice broker is going to draw 5 cards. So apprentice is going to draw 4 cards. So there may not be much reason to play with apprentice. We do have the hovel and the overgrown estate. That's like the one thing where the rice broker would, or the apprentice would do a little bit better than the rice broker. But that's only those 2 cards. If we do end up getting rats, we can use rats to trash those. The nice thing about getting the rats is that they will like supply more of themselves to then trash with rice broker. The other thing that we need to think about is how we're going to ramp our payload. So like this is all about mostly about deck control aside from the fishmonger. Like it might just need to be buying treasures. Silk merchant will give some payload via the coffers, but not a ton. I guess there's also like if we play with rats, there's also crucible. Trashing rats is a thing. We could start with a crucible and plan to crucible the shelters as well. But I think I'd rather start with a silk merchant. Cycles the deck more and makes it faster for us to get to the rice broker. So, but maybe we do pick up a crucible here. Okay, so. Oh, I guess, yeah, if you have the 4-3, you can open 4-4 with a silk merchant. That's true. Okay, so we can go ahead and just hit 5 here if we spend our coffer. We would have 4 coins in the rest of the deck, which is enough to buy a thing that we want, presumably. That seems fine. And if we don't... Oh, wait, we're going to trigger a shuffle. Right. I always get confused with how this like shows the shadow cards. I always get confused by that. Well, all the more reason to go ahead and get the rice broker, I think. Okay, I don't think there's... Well... No, we have the Necropolis down there. Yeah, there's no reason to play the Fishmonger now unless we specifically want to hit 5 here. And I think I'm okay with getting that 4. So yeah. Could go Crucible, plan to use Crucible to trash the shelters, and then plan to pick up a rats. Don't really have any better ideas. Yeah. All right. We draw here. Oh, we don't have the rats yet. Right. Never mind. We can't draw anything dead. Okay. Well, this is a bit unfortunate because we got Crucible and 3 coppers down there. We go ahead and take the rats now. Sure. Annoying. I don't want to trash the Necropolis. We could just not play the Crucible and hit 3. We could play the Crucible and hit 2 and get a second Fishmonger. How did... Oh. That's a lot of money. There's very little reason not to play the Fishmonger. So, that much I'm going to do. Do we want a second Fishmonger? I think the answer is no. I'm just going to take a silver. I think I'm going to go ahead and play the rats. Dang it. I would like to draw the Crucible while I still had a rats. Okay. We do have a bunch of rats now. We could consider a second Crucible, or a remake. Getting multiple 5s off those rats doesn't actually seem that good, weirdly enough. I think I'm gonna get another Crucible. Well, I would like to see the Rice Broker here. But it's not happening. Come on. Alright. Rice Broker, the Silk Merchant. Bottom deck the Necropolis. Fine, whatever. We'll just... We're gonna end up top decking your rats, but... Okay. We still have 4 rats. I wonder if we just go... Like, we could ultimately use another Rice Broker. Go Rice Broker Gold, maybe. I'm gonna run out of stuff to trash with the rats too. This is this is really annoying. Any better ideas though? Okay, do we want to Rice Broker or rats? I guess we probably do, yeah. Yeah, this is... problem. Need more gains. You're now down to 2 rats. Oh, man. We take a silk merchant. Bot actually is like playing with 2 fishmongers. I guess it does have more villagers. I want to get a silk merchant first, though, and then we could go. We go like silk merchant. Do we need to start provincing, or should we take another gold? We're not. If we just crucible 2 rats this turn, like we're not going to have any more, and that's going to be. I don't know. I think I need another gold. Well, what, 2 provinces? Oh man. I think I'm not going to win this one. We just trashed the necropolis. I didn't want to, but might not have much choice at this point. Oh boy. Are going to need some of those provinces, so we could go like province fishmonger. We could go double duchy. Go province fishmonger, I guess. I don't think it's going to matter anyway. They're really lining the rice brokers up with action cards, which I don't know that that is particularly likely with their deck, but it's like the bot. I guess it has trashed a decent amount of copper. Hmm. Hmm. We just do that. Maybe don't crucible and go like what, like double duchy silk merchant or something. I don't know. It's probably not going to matter. Oh, yeah, yeah. I guess we this take 2 more duchies and then lose. And not quite lose, but I'll crucible this rats, not race broker it. Well, not that it matters anyway, I guess. The bot essentially has half VP. Not essentially, it does. Yeah, alright, whatever. Yeah, so that didn't work at all. By the end, the bot's deck isn't anything, but This is too ambitious of trying to do stuff with the rats. Right. That's where the button is. Oh, we have a 5-2. Well, that's interesting. We could just start with Rice Broker, I guess. Sure, whatever. So, next turn, if we Rice Broker Copper, we'll trigger a shuffle. Guess we could deliberately not play the Fishmonger and then we wouldn't trigger a shuffle. I don't know if that's better. It might be. I was kind of thinking I would want to buy a 4 anyway. And then next turn, I guess we'd only have 3 coins. Or 4 coins if we buy a Silk Merchant, but like two coppers is one of them gets trashed, and then the Fishmonger. And I guess buying a silver would be fine. Not going for the remake. Remake on shelters to get Fishmongers. I mean, it's okay. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take Rice Broker. We could also just trash the hovel and then get another Fishmonger. I don't hate that. I was planning to buy Silk Merchant at some point here, but just buy a gold? Maybe. Trigger shuffle next turn. We got the Necropolis. We can play before the... Oh! Actually, we're going to draw the Fishmonger. Yeah, I That's annoying. Nonetheless, I don't know. I think I think just buy a gold. We could also rice broker the fishmonger. That's not ridiculous. Like we've got another one, right? Let's go ahead and get rid of this overgrown estate. This could be Silk Merchant Silver. Sure. Silk Merchant Gold. We want to rice broker the Silk Merchant. We have the actions to play it this turn. Maybe not. We okay leaving those 3 cards on top? What are those 3 cards? A gold, a silver, and a copper, probably? Kind of annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna play it. Okay. Maybe time to start scoring. Could just be Silk Merchant Province. Or Silver Province. Probably Silk Merchant is better. Now we're definitely going to trash a Silk Merchant this turn. Just another Silk Merchant, I guess. There's an argument for getting a remake and planning to get duchies with it, but I don't think we really want to do that yet anyway. Seeing either of the rice brokers here is sad. Wow. That is a sad turn. So we can spend a villager to save a coffer here, essentially, if we want to buy province. It also has the advantage of getting the rice or the fishmonger off the deck on the assumption we'd end up drawing it anyway next turn. So that's probably worth it. Pretty sad draw though. Okay. This, let's see. Do we have any ability to double province here? Trashing a Silk Merchant would help with that, for sure. We definitely don't need this necropolis at this point. Like, we got 4 villagers. But getting the coffer off the Silk Merchant would help get to double province. We don't actually need to play any Silk Merchants to draw the rest of the deck. But we could draw most of the rest of the deck with playing the Silk Merchants if we wanted to. Don't know what advantage that would really confer, though. I mean, the only thing is it would maybe set us up for the remake thing, but if we're not buying a remake, that doesn't matter. Okay, I'm just going to do that. One coin short of double province. Do we need to be concerned that the bot will double province? We could go like Silk Merchant remake. I mean, the bot just double provincing, I guess, is fine, right? We wouldn't lose. We could go province duchy. We're a little light on actions to trash on with Rice Broker, though, if we do that. We just go double Silk Merchant remake. Maybe. I think I like that. So we have 3 Silk Merchants to play with. We do now have enough money to double province. I think we'd ideally trash the Necropolis, but I think trashing 1 Silk Merchant is fine. Okay, I don't really want to trash another one, though, with the Rice Broker. I wouldn't mind trashing it with the remake, if I would like to. We trash a copper? I mean, if we do trash this Silk Merchant, we can always just not do the remake thing, I guess. Or end up only remaking 1 Silk Merchant, but then we get to, if we can get to like double prop and Stuchy that way, that's still pretty dang good. Yeah. This is really unfortunate to end up with the friggin' Necropolis down here. Okay, so 8. Yeah, we'll have enough money. That last card is another gold? Should be. Would have been nice to see that. Oh, oh, no, wait. We get, oh, this is awkward. If we remake the Silk Merchant, that gives us the money to hit double province, but then we have to remake a second card. And no, wait, the Fishmonger. Okay, we can remake a copper. Because I want to keep the Necropolis to trash with the Rice Broker. But yeah, this gives us 8. Like this plus this will be 8, and then that, yeah, 8 coffers. Okay. Okay, well, so much for whatever with the rice broker, but yeah. Yeah, obviously that went better. Not, yeah, it's definitely like less fun to just do whatever that was, but oh well. I think the bot's deck took off more the previous time as well, so this was less close than I think it would have been if I had played this against what the bot was doing the first time. It opened the same. What? Oh, that's actually really lucky. Discard the remake and then immediately redraw it and trash Overgrown Estate with it. I guess it did. It was the Silk Merchant that drew it. Okay. Still. Happened again. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the difference was this time. I can't just from like reading through what the bot was doing, I can't really tell. But somehow it was like a little slower. I think. I guess I'm not 100% sure that it actually was, but it felt that way. It started greening pretty early in the previous game. Okay, well, there you have it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.